This is the final system we are building in this series. Not a fake chatbot, not a prompt demo, a real RAG system with PostgreSQL, PGVector, long chain, long graph, evaluation sources, and production structure. In this series, I'll show you how we built it step by step. In the previous video, we saw the problem. A normal LLM can sound confident, but it does not know our company documents. Today, we start fixing that. Not with agents, not with complex prompts. First, we build memory. If we want the AI to answer from company knowledge, that knowledge needs to live somewhere. In this series, we are going to use PostgreSQL with PGVector. PostgreSQL stores the data. PGVector allows us to store and search embeddings. Docker makes the setup reproducible. I like PostgreSQL for this because it's not a toy, it is already used in real businesses, and with PGVector we can add semantic search directly inside PostgreSQL. So instead of starting with a complicated stack, use a database many developers already understand. In video 1, we only had a simple script calling the LLM. Now we add the first real infrastructure layer, Docker Compose, PostgreSQL, PGVector, and the schema for document chunks. You just copy the .env example to the .env file, and you need to add the grok key. That's all you need to do. I'm repeating those steps for people starting from this video. The important line here in the Docker Compose is the image. We are not using a normal PostgreSQL image, we are using the PGVector image. So the vector extension is available directly. I also keep the port configurable with environment variables. If port 5432 is already used on your machine, you can change it in the .env file. Now we create the table that will store document chunks. For now, each row has a document name, some text, and an embedding column. This column is the important part, vector 768 that you're gonna see. This number is not random. I'm using Alibaba NLP GTE Modern BERT Base model for embeddings in the next video, and that model outputs 768 dimensional vectors. If your model outputs 768 dimensions, your database must expect 768 dimensions. If your model outputs 1024 dimensions and your database expects 768, your system breaks. This is one of the classic beginner mistakes in RAG. In Python, we connect with Psycopg, then we register PGVector support, so Python and PostgreSQL understand vector values correctly. We keep this in a database module because later every other part of the system will reuse this connection. Okay, we use this one here. There will be a Makefile in the repository. You can use the commands directly, but if you want, you can also use the Makefile. Same here. I repeat those steps. For the people starting from here, you need to activate the environment. Make sure the dependencies are installed. Now we start the database. We can check the container. It's up. Then we apply the schema. Let's explore the internal PGVector database. With a capital U, PSQL capital U, RAG user, -t, RAGDB. Here we go. Sometimes I'm using Kubernetes commands. And here we can see that the schema has been applied correctly. We have the vector 768 for the embeddings and the other rows. Let's exit gently. And now we verify that PostgreSQL is reachable. PGVector is installed and our table exists. Okay, and here PGVector extension available. And we have the table representation, the confirmation of it here. At this point, we do not have semantic search yet. We do not have embeddings yet, but we have the memory layer ready. This is important because real RAG is not only LLM prompt, it is a system. In the next video, we make this database useful. We take text, transform it into embeddings, store those embeddings in PGVector, and search by meaning. This is when RAG system starts to feel like magic. Next, embeddings plus retrieval. How AI searches by meaning. I'll see you in the next.